Hey guys, it is your boy Pretty Poor Gamer here, and welcome to a brand new segment that I like to call Pretty Poor Ranting. Now this can be about games, companies, but it can also be about other things that irk me. It is not necessarily tied to games, and for this debut episode where I'm standing in my lovely room talking to you guys, it's actually going to be about the oil crisis. Not so much why it irks me, but more just an explanation of what it is. We can talk about stocks and market manipulation, but that is a completely different beast. Probably not best to dive into that. So where to begin? I think everyone knows that there is an oil crisis going on. It may not seem like it to the average Joe, because all you see is cheaper petrol at the pumps, but believe me, all these companies are sweating. No matter where you are in oil, there is a serious problem. But where does this all begin? Well, a while back, we were probably hitting $100 a barrel. That's an insane amount. Compare that to our lowest point where it was $28 a barrel, where the barrel was more expensive to produce than the actual oil to come up the ground to sell, if that makes sense. But anyway, it's recovered now slightly. It's just under $50 a barrel, which is good, but I'll explain why that is also bad as well. So, where to begin? Probably with the big three, America and Canada. We've got Saudi Arabia and Iran and Russia as well, so I suppose the big four, but there's many other nations, the UK and Norway, they are big players in oil and gas as well. These are called OPEC nations, oil producing, exporting countries. Now, Iran a while ago had sanctions on it, and these sanctions meant that they could not export any oil, so they are in oil debt, or were in oil debt. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, the biggest oil country in the world, producing 8.5 million barrels per day. That's right, 8.5 million barrels. That was in 2009. Now, America, bit behind, but not too far behind. They are also a big exporting nation as well for oil. So we have all this oil, and basically everyone wants to be the top dog. But Saudi Arabia, bit of a dick, decides to go, you know what, we're just going to bump this up to 10 million barrels per day. 10 million barrels per day. That is ridiculous amount. And now Iran's sanctions have been lifted. Oh, we're going to start producing until we're back in the market game as well. And they're trying to get up to 3 million barrels per day, which actually probably won't take them too long. Now America started trying to do this, started producing more, but pretty much it's like America's a 5-year-old little girl and Saudi Arabia's John Cena, and they're arm wrestling. Boom! Taken out. Basically Saudi Arabia is just too strong. They can manipulate the market because they have so much oil. They say they can go higher, fucking bullshit. They say they can go to 12.5, but there's many different reasons why that is actually probably a false hand that they're trying to scare nations. So basically they have manipulated the market by oversupplying, but it's also fucked them over a little as well, because they're in a bit of a crisis now. They have to go, shit, what do we do after all this oil is gone? Which makes me also believe that, 12.5 million barrels a day? I don't think so. But yeah, so we've got all this oil from Saudi Arabia and Iran, Russia, America, and we've got too much of it, and we're not using as much oil these days, and that's why you see it lower at the pump, and that's why a while back you saw, this price of oil spike at the pumps. It was crazy when it was $100 a barrel. So it's literally just a supply and demand, but it's all dictated by Saudi Arabia, the bastards. So this isn't going anytime soon. We've been having meetings, OPEC meetings, and that kind of raises the price of oil because people are hopeful that, this oversupply thing will kind of peter off and then we'll get back to a steady level. But it never happens. Iran constantly states we are not going to do anything. We are going to keep supplying oil until we are back in the game. Even Saudi Arabia are like, maybe we should talk, but it never happens. It's kind of like, I'd liken it to when you're at the park with your friends and someone just skips over and it's like, oh, Mary wants to talk to you. And it's like, well, can't Mary come over and talk to me about it? It's like, no, she's too shy, you should come over. And it's just back and forth and nothing actually happens. Or at least in my experience with girls. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so where are we now? So like I said, it's just under $50 a barrel, but that's not good. The only reason it's that is not because the supply and demand are going, well it is, but it's because of other factors. You all saw the Canada fires, horrendous, and it messed up the oil sands there, and there's been disruptions, and that is a massive, and when I say it's a massive field, it produces a shit ton of oil, and it can't anymore. It's got huge disruptions. I can't remember how much it's losing, but it's a fair bit. We've also got problems in Libya, and we've got problems in Nigeria, and that's what's pushing the oil up. That is right, people. The oil you fill in your car, the dead dinosaurs you fill in your car, is dictated by world disasters, and the worse the world is, the more wars there are, the happier the oil companies will be, because it stops supply, and that means the demand for oil goes up and the supply stays low, and then they can start charging big bucks. It doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. There's been reports that it's going to go to $70 maybe by the end of the year, but Goldman Sachs have forecasted that in the start of 2017 it's just going to plummet back down again. So that's the oil crisis kind of summed up in 6 minutes. If you've got anything you want to talk about or anything you want me to rant about, just tell me in the comments and I'll try to do it. I have got a Twitter, it's at PrettyPoor-Gamer. If you want to message me there about something you want me to rant about, if I know it well enough, I'll do it. If you want me to rant about Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, I'll do it. But this is just things that are me. This is a new format, I'm just trying it out. You can like and subscribe, that would be really good, just to see those numbers go up and make me feel all warm inside, warmer than the oil company giants are feeling right now with the hits. It's been fun, I actually really enjoyed that. I will see you guys later. It will probably be a Tropical 5 video, but we'll have to wait and see. See you later, guys.